Hello viewers. Welcome to Seek Wisdom. Today, we are here with summary of another million-copy bestseller book, The Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. This book will help one learn how a simple belief about yourself guides a large part of your life. Out of this mindset only, much of our personality develops. Understanding this helps to unleash our true potential. So what are the mindsets? When author was a young researcher, she was obsessed to understand how people cope with failures, so she took some students and gave them puzzles. Author expected two observations, either coping with trouble or not coping, while result was different. Students took them as challenge which would develop them. This means those students know that intellectual skills can be developed through practice, while there is another concept that says human qualities are carved on stone and cannot be changed. People think and behave differently, and researchers have been going on to study the reason behind the same. Some studies claim that strong physical differences which have been created through the ages is the cause of difference. Others claim the difference in individual background, ways of learning, experiences and trainings the reason for behaving differently. Other claims environment that affects the genes. One claim states that people have more capacity for lifelong learning than they had expected before. People may start with different temperaments and aptitudes, while experience, training take them the rest of the way. It is not always the people who start out of smartest who end up the smartest. So, there are two types of mindsets: fixed mindset and growth mindset. It is the view one adopts profoundly affects the way one leads life. In fixed mindset, one has a limited intelligence and they don't look or feel any deficiency, rather they keep on proving themselves. While growth mindset is based on the belief that basic human qualities are the things that can be cultivated through efforts and strategies. All the famous people like Darwin, Tolstoy, Cindy Sherman, were normal people at early age. It is through their growth mindset that they developed themselves and made world-known achievements. Let's have a look how both mindsets work. Take a situation when a day, you went school, got C+ in result, same day you got a traffic ticket, being depressed when you called your friend, you were sort of brushed off. Fixed mindset will take this as, I am a stupid, I am very unlucky, I am a total failure. Growth mindset will also be depressed, but the reaction will be, I will study hard to improve my grades. I will be careful next time while parking, maybe the friend is busy, we'll sort out later. Though they are depressed, but they are ready to take challenges, risks and keep working on them. In a study of self-insight, it is found that people with fixed mindsets are more inaccurate about their capabilities. People with growth mindset are not only more accurate, but they have a special talent of identifying their own strengths and weaknesses and converting their life's setbacks into future successes. One important thing is, you can change your mindset. Let's have a look inside the mindsets. Mindsets are powerful beliefs that can change your mind. However, you always have a choice. When you enter a mindset, you enter a new world. For fixed mindset, success is about proving that they are smart. Failure is a setback for them and effort is a bad thing. While for growth mindset, success is in stretching themselves to learn something new. Failure means they are not fulfilling their potential and effort makes them smart and talented. This difference has been studied in children of 4 years, students applying for freshman year in college and even CEOs. For people with fixed mindset, they have to be successful, flawless, always on safe side, but if they are unsuccessful at anything, they will lose interest. On the other hand, people with growth mindset keep on working with higher targets, more challenges, as they believe this will make them smarter. Fixed mindset people are non-learners, while those with growth mindset are learners. It is a matter of choice which mindset we want to have. One bolsters our ego, another challenge to grow. Many CEOs with fixed mindset have made their companies fall apart, while those with growth mindset have survived the hard times and turned successful. Fixed mindset can estimate the future based on the current potential, while growth mindset cannot, because they believe that no one knows where the future effort and time will take someone. For fixed mindsets, failure transforms from an action, I failed, to an identity, I am a failure. For growth mindset also, failure is a painful experience, but it does not define them. It is a problem to be faced, dealt with and learned from. Studies also show effect of mindsets on the behavior during depression. People with fixed mindsets show more depression. The more depressed they felt, the more they let things go unless they took action to solve their problems. People with growth mindset also get depressed, but more they are depressed, more they took action to confront their problems, more they made sure to keep us with their tasks in life. The worse they feel, more determined they become. Mindsets also change the meaning of effort. Fixed mindset people believe, if they have to work at something, it means we must not be good at that. While growth mindsets believe that even geniuses have to work very hard for their achievements. What to be noted is these mindsets are not permanent. All of us have elements of both types of mindsets. Whatever mindset people have in a particular area will guide them in that area. Just by knowing them, you can start thinking and reacting in new ways and can change your mindset. Let's look at the real ingredients in achievement. It's about why some people achieve less than expected, while some achieve more. Studies show that mindset affects school achievements also. During transition to junior high school, when assignments get tougher, there was fall in grades observed. Fixed mindset students took it as a setback. They started blaming others and reduced their effort, while students with growth mindset increased their effort and their grades started improving. When those fixed mindset students were taught growth mindset, their grades also started improving. Similar type of results obtained while transition to college. After learning growth mindset, students changed their way of study. They started developing new strategies, which gave them unexpected results. A common question is, some people achieve much beyond others. Is it ability or mindset? We all have interests that can blossom into abilities. Yet what feeds it is that constant, endless curiosity and challenge-seeking, which is linked with mindset. Studies have proved that even fixed mindset students, who had lost interest due to a setback, can also be transformed. What any person in the world can learn, almost all persons can learn, if provided with appropriate prior and current conditions of learning. Even ability levels and tracking varies with mindset. A study was done teachers' mindset and effect on students' performance. Teachers with fixed mindset believe that students' achievement mostly remains constant in the course of a year, and they group students accordingly, and the results remain same. While in class of growth mindset teachers, they believe that all children could develop their skills, and in their class, all students show improvement in their achievements. The fixed mindset limits achievement, fills people's minds with interfering thoughts, makes effort disagreeable, and leads to inferior learning strategies. Important achievements require clear focus, all-out effort and bottomless trunk full of strategies, which growth mindset gives people, and that's why it helps their abilities grow and bear fruit. Studies have proved that even artistic abilities, which fixed mindset people consider as God-gifted ability, can also be developed with proper training. Praise and positive labels have the capability to change mindset. Praise for effort shifts people to growth mindset, while praise for ability shifts them to fixed mindset, and accordingly change in their ability can be observed. Similar is the effect of negative labels. When subjected to stereotypes, performance of fixed mindsets will fall, while that of growth mindset remains unaffected. So for fixed mindset, both positive and negative labels can mess with your mind. When given a positive label, you are afraid of losing it. When hit with negative label, you are afraid of deserving it. Let's have a look at effect of mindset in sports. Sports is where the idea of a natural comes from, someone who looks like an athlete, someone who moves like an athlete. While history shows many sportsmen who achieved great heights of success without being natural, but due to their constant dedication, continuous practice. These include Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Babe Ruth, Wilma Rudolph, Jackie Joyner Kersee, Tiger Woods, Maury Wills, For them, mental toughness and heart are a lot stronger than some of the physical advantages you might have. These sportsmen were not natural, rather they had developed themselves through constant practice, even when reached their height of fame, didn't left practice to develop them further. They were always working on their weaknesses. Athletes, which comes under naturals, as need little effort to work or stretch, often fall into a fixed mindset. They get carried away with their superiority, don't learn to work hard or how to cope with setbacks. Studying various sportsmen shows that they have a character of struggling, practicing, working on failures, coping with setbacks. This character grows out of mindset. Since mindset can be learned, so we can say that character can also be learned. Character is what allows you reach at the top and stay there. Some findings of the studies done are: finding number 1 in definition of success. Those with growth mindset found success in doing their best, in learning and improving. Exactly same thing was found in champions. For those with fixed mindset, success is about establishing their superiority, pure and simple. Being that somebody who is worthier than nobody's. Finding number 2 in definition of failure. Those with growth mindset found setbacks motivating. They are informative and a wake-up call. While in fixed mindset, setbacks label you. Finding number 3 in taking charge of success. People with growth mindset in sports took charge of the processes that bring success and that maintain it. While people with fixed mindset don't take control of their abilities and motivation. They look for their talent to carry them through, and when it doesn't, well then, what else could they have done? They are not a work in progress, rather they are a finished product. Hearing the two mindsets, fixed mindset says, if I win, I'll be somebody, if I lose, I'll be nobody, while growth mindset says, if you work hard at something, you get out what you put in. Let's have a look at the effect of mindsets in business. Just as sports have the concept of naturals, business have a concept of talent mindset that creates a culture that worships talent, thereby forcing its employees to look and act extraordinarily talented, forcing them into fixed mindset. Based on the study conducted by Jim Collins in his book Good to Great, all the successful companies have a leader who takes the company to greatness. Those leaders constantly ask questions and had the ability to constantly confront the most brutal answers. They are not constantly trying to prove themselves better than others, rather they are constantly trying to improve. The company leaders who don't possess this attitude take their company to level of good, but can't take it to great. Studies shows that fixed mindset business managers are not able to profit from their mistakes, while those with growth mindset kept on learning. They looked at their mistakes, used the feedback and altered their strategies and end up way more productive than those with fixed mindset. Fixed mindset leaders manage the company with the concept of a genius with 1,000 helpers, while growth mindset leaders work on concept of building great teams. Fixed mindset CEOs are found have a disease of ego. They never want to face the challenges, rather their all decisions are based on proving themselves. They never want to develop themselves, and in doing so, many companies have lost their growth because of fixed mindset of the leader leading them. While growth mindset CEOs start with a belief in human potential and development. Instead of using company as a vehicle for their greatness, they use it as an engine of growth, for themselves, employees and the company as a whole. History shows that many companies, who were almost devastated due to being led by fixed mindset CEOs, turned out to be successful and become great by changing to growth mindset. Now the question arises, whether good managers, leaders or negotiators are born like that or they are made. As the studies shows that all these, to be successful, need growth mindset, so all the good managers, leaders can be made through proper training, practice. Also, there is effect of organizational mindset on employees. People who work in growth mindset organizations have far more trust in their company and a greater sense of empowerment, ownership and commitment. While employees in fixed mindset organizations not only say that their companies are less likely to support them in risk-taking and innovation, They are also far likely to agree that their organization are rife with cutthroat or unethical behavior. Now let's see how the mindsets affect relationships. Well, the course to true love isn't smooth. That path is often strewn by heartbreaks and disappointments. Some let these experiences scar them and prevent them from forming satisfying relationships for future, while others are able to heal and move on. What separates them? Study was conducted to get the reason of the same, and it was found that the reason of difference is their mindset. When people had fixed mindset, they felt judges and labeled by rejection. It's like a verdict has been handed down and branded on their forehead as unlovable. Because of their fixed mindset, they do not have a recipe to heal their wound, and their focus is only to wound the person who inflicted them. While for people with growth mindset, it is about forgiving, understanding and moving on. Though they are hurt from it, but still they want to learn from it. Because of their growth mindset, they do not feel permanently labeled, rather they try to learn something useful about themselves in relationships that they could use toward having a better experience in future. They know how to move and embrace that future. What about mindsets falling in love? In a relationship, other than you, two more things enter in the picture: your partner and the relationships. Having a fixed mindset in a relationship means qualities of you, your partner and of relationship are fixed. While growth mindset says that all three are capable of growth and change and can be developed. So, what is the problem with fixed mindset in relationship? First is that fixed mindset expects everything to happen automatically. The partners will not work to help each other solve their problems. They believe that if the relation was a right one, they wouldn't have to work so hard. As a result, when the relationship passes through turbulent waters, it gets break up. While in case of growth mindset, they don't expect magic. They believe that lasting relationships comes through effort and from working through inevitable differences. Fixed mindset believes in mind reading. They believe that their partners should know what they thinks, feels and needs. Second big difficulty with fixed mindset is the belief that problems are a sign of deep-seated flaws. But, just as there are no great achievements without setbacks, there are no great relations without conflicts and problems along the way. When people with fixed mindset talk about their conflicts, they assign blame to a trait, character flaw. This results in feelings of anger and disgust towards them. Since this problem comes from fixed mindset, so it cannot be solved. So, sometimes, they become blind to the problems. On the other hand, people with growth mindset also see their partner's imperfections, but still think they have a fine relation. They do not confront with the partner, rather confront with the situation. At the time of conflict, fixed mindset believes that their partner is incapable of change or nothing can improve their relationship. But this is not true. Studies have proved that marriages had worked even after conflicts when fixed mindset couples undergo counseling, basically change in mindset to growth mindset. Similar effects of the two mindsets can be observed in other things like friendship, shyness, bullies and victims. But in all cases, it has been proved that by change of mindset from fixed to growth, the issues can be resolved. So, where does the mindset comes from? Parents, teachers and coaches used to praise children for their achievements, but each word and action sends a message. It tells them how to think about themselves. Often their helpful judgments, their lessons and motivating techniques send the wrong message. Yes, children love praise. And they especially love to be praised for their intelligence and talent. It really does give them a boost, a special glow, but only for the moment. The minute they hit a snag, their confidence goes out the window and their motivation hits rock bottom. If success means they're smart, then failure means they're dumb. That's the fixed mindset. Parents think they can hand children permanent confidence, like a gift, by praising their brains and talent. It doesn't work, and in fact has the opposite effect. It makes children doubt themselves as soon as anything is hard or anything goes wrong. If parents want to give their children a gift, the best thing they can do is to teach their children to love challenges, be intrigued by mistakes, enjoy effort, and keep on learning. That way, their children don't have to be slaves of praise. Does this mean we can't praise our children enthusiastically when they do something great? Not at all. It just means that we should keep away from a certain kind of praise that judges their intelligence or talent. Praise should deal, not with the child's personality attributes, but with his efforts and achievements. This caveat applies to teachers, too. When the child faces a failure, there is a strong message in our society about how to boost children's self-esteem, and a main part of that message is, protect them from failure. While this may help with the immediate problem of a child's disappointment, it can be harmful in the long run. At that time, constructive criticism would help the child. It's full of judgment about the child. Constructive means helping the child to fix something, build a better product, or do a better job. Children learn all the messages they receive from parents. Kids with a fixed mindset tell us they get constant messages of judgment from their parents. They say they feel as though their traits are being measured all the time. That's not what students with the growth mindset think. They think their parents are just trying to encourage learning and good study habits. And similar type of messages they pass on. So what makes a great teacher or parent? Great teachers set high standards for all their students, not just the ones who are already achieving. An atmosphere of genuine affection and concern, and work hard on each student as per their abilities. When teachers are judging them, students will sabotage the teacher by not trying. But when students understand that school is for them, a way for them to grow their minds, they do not insist on sabotaging themselves. One cannot get growth mindset by proclamation, you have to move toward it by taking a journey. Once adults adopted more of a growth mindset, they will automatically pass it on to kids, but not by having a belief sitting in their heads, but by embodying a growth mindset in their deeds. The way they praise, the way they treat setbacks, and the way they focus on deepening understanding. We now know that the growth mindset has a key role to play in helping us fulfill our mission and in helping them fulfill their potential. So, how to change mindsets? The growth mindset is based on the belief in change. Our minds are constantly monitoring and interpreting. That's just how we stay on track. But sometimes the interpretation process goes awry. Some people put more extreme interpretations on things that happen, and then react with exaggerated feelings of anxiety, depression, or anger, or superiority. Mindsets frame the running account that's taking place in people's heads. They guide the whole interpretation process. The fixed mindset creates an internal monologue that is focused on judging. People with a growth mindset are also constantly monitoring what's going on. Certainly they are sensitive to positive and negative information, but they are attuned to its implications for learning and constructive action. So how to change mindset? Mindset lectures. Just learning about the growth mindset can cause a big shift in the way people think about themselves and their lives. Mindset workshops. In these workshops, people are told about how with practice, their mind is creating new connections and their brain is growing and becoming stronger as they learn. Studies have shown that the mindset workshop puts students in charge of their brains, freed from the vice of the fixed mindset. Brainology. Since workshops need big staff to deliver, so it would be difficult for large-scale. Brainology program was developed which consists of animated figures, who teaches them about functioning of brain. This program has some videos of real students with their problems, study strategies etc. It helped them to learn something and transfer it from their working memory to long-term memory. While working on changing of mindset, we have to understand that it is not an easy to just let go of something that has felt like yourself for many years and that has given you your root to self-esteem. And it's especially not easy to replace it with a mindset that tells you to embrace all the things that have felt threatening, challenge, struggle, criticism, setbacks. In the process of moving towards growth mindset, there are 3 steps. First is the dilemma when we faced the setback. Things didn't work out the way we expected. Next comes the fixed mindset reaction. This includes putting blames on others, making excuses for failures. Now, putting ourselves in growth mindset, we look for various possible steps that can be taken. Third step comes growth mindset step. Here we make plans to perform the steps and achieve the target. The critical thing is to make a concrete, growth-oriented plan, and to stick to it. Ultimately, a growth mindset allows people to carry forth not judgments and bitterness, but new understanding and new skills. Whether people change their mindset in order to further their career, heal from a loss, help their children thrive, lose weight, or control their anger, change needs to be maintained. It's amazing, once a problem improves, people often stop doing what caused it to improve. But change doesn't work that way. These changes have to be supported or they can go away faster than they appeared. Let's have a look at the journey to true growth mindset. Step 1. To embrace your fixed mindset. We have to face it as we all are a mixture of both types of mindsets. Step 2. To become aware of your fixed mindset triggers. Failures, criticism, deadlines. As you come to understand your triggers and get to know your persona, don't judge it. Just observe it. Step 3. Give your fixed mindset persona a name. You might give it a name you don't like, to remind you that that's not the person you want to be. Step 4. Since you're in touch with your triggers, aware of your fixed mindset persona and what it does to you. It has a name. Now, just educate it. Take it on the journey with you. Educate it in the new growth mindset ways that it can support you in taking on challenges and sticking to them, bouncing back from failures. Understand the persona's point of view, but slowly teach it a different way of thinking. Every day presents you with ways to grow and to help the people you care about grow. How can you remember to look for these chances? First, make a copy of this graphic summary of the two mindsets, which was created by the wonderful Nigel Holmes, and tape it to your mirror. Each morning, use it to remind yourself of the differences between the fixed and growth mindsets. Then, as you contemplate the day in front of you, try to ask yourself these questions. What are the opportunities for learning and growth today? For myself? For the people around me? When, where, and how will I embark on my plan? When, where, and how will I act on my new plan? What do I have to do to maintain and continue the growth? Remember, as Alex Rodriguez, the great baseball player, said, you either go one way or the other. You might as well be the one deciding the direction. If you find this video useful, please hit a like, share it with your friends and subscribe the channel for more such videos.